Hey guys, what's up? Kevin Francisco here from yugatech.com, and today we'll be taking a closer look at Huawei's Mate 9, which sports the second generation of Leica's dual rear camera setup, first seen on the P9 and P9 Plus. So, are you ready? Let's go! The Mate 9 retained the same design distinction as its predecessor, but with a few noticeable cosmetic changes. The overall footprint has been slightly reduced to a 5.9-inch display compared to 6 inches from previous years. Nevertheless, it's still a sizable device with premium screen real estate, yet more manageable with one hand. The power button and volume controls are on the right, while the SIM card slot is on the left, IR blaster and 3.5mm audio port up top, and the speakers and micro USB Type-C port down below. The full glass front panel protects the screen, while the narrow bezels at the top and bottom corners are lined with what seems to be metallic parts with concentric patterns laser etched into them. Even with its size, the device is still comfortable to hold with one hand. The chamfered edges provide better grip, and the curved back allows for good handling. The back panel is excessively glossy but not slippery. The camera at the back is stacked on top of the other, with the sensors on the right and the LED flash on the left. The fingerprint sensor is just below it. This placement allows you to reach out to the sensor and unlock the phone comfortably while holding it with one hand. The sensor is fast and accurate and can handle a maximum of 5 unique prints. It can also do more than just to unlock the phone. When activated, it can also be used to lock certain files or apps, access the notification panel, scroll between photos, take a photo, answer a call, or stop an alarm clock. With a large 5.9-inch display, the Mate 9 is among the biggest phablets in the market today, since most are just in the 5.7-inch range, like the Note 7, Zenfone 3 Deluxe, or the V20. Despite its size, the phone can still be comfortably used with one hand thanks to a high screen-to-body ratio. The IPS LCD display has a resolution of 1920 by 1080, resulting to an average pixel density of 373 ppi. It remains crisp and clear, has vivid colors, and bright enough even in the outdoors. While other flagship phones have moved to Quad HD or higher resolutions, Huawei's insistence in sticking with Full HD is still warranted. Full HD displays have fewer pixels to light up and thus saves up on power and battery life compared to the denser Quad HD screens. The Full HD resolution is still good at this size, and the compromise they've made is a reasonable one. In fact, in order to demonstrate that they can, Huawei utilized a QHD display in the 5.5-inch Mate 9 Pro and Mate 9 Porsche design. Using a second-generation Leica-certified optics, the dual rear camera of the Mate 9 has certainly improved. The main rear camera has a 20-megapixel monochrome sensor. This sensor is the one that takes the primary shot, which captures most of the details of the image. The second camera has an 8-megapixel RGB sensor, which is responsible for getting the color accuracy, saturation, and tonality of the same image. By combining the images taken by the monochrome and the RGB sensor, the result becomes a single image that takes advantage of all the data taken by the two sensors. One big improvement that we really liked about the new camera is the cleaner low-light images even under long exposure setting. You can set the exposure manually up to 30 seconds to create stunning night shots such as this one. The quality of the photos are very good. Daylight shots are clean and crisp, and the details are very evident. Low-light shots are also satisfactory, although not all the time, as it fails when there's uneven lighting. The camera can also simulate a wide aperture effect to give you that creamy bokeh effect you normally see done in DSLRs. The aperture can be set from a very wide f/0.95 right up to f/16. In this mode, the camera takes a raw copy of the image, which can later on be edited to focus on different subjects at any aperture opening that you want. This is done in the software layer and can sometimes deliver very impressive results. However, there will be times that the background might be hard to determine and could result to uneven bokeh. The Mate 9 comes with Android 7.0 Nougat right out of the box. Huawei added their own customization over the operating system called Emotion UI. It's typically a flat, multi-window interface which is patterned from iOS. Users complained that the flat folder-based UI of the previous EMUI from Huawei were a little cluttered. The new EMUI 5.0 is more organized by reintroducing the app drawer. It's not really the default interface, but you can adjust and bring it out from the home style settings. While the navigation keys are standard, you can also select the arrangement you want or add an extra button to the menu. Along with the Mate 9, Huawei also revealed their newest chip, the high-silicon Kirin 960. The Kirin 960 is the first chip to incorporate the ARM Cortex A73 architecture. It is then paired with an i6 coprocessor and Mali G71 MP8 graphics. The i6 is a low-power processor that can handle lighter tasks such as GPS navigation and always-on display functions, which can result to optimized power consumption. While Huawei didn't really push the clock speed, the sustained 2.4 GHz core can perform at longer intervals with lower operating temperatures due to the new 16nm design. There is also support for high-speed LPDDR4 RAM, so performance from that end will also be noticeable. In our benchmark tests, the Kirin 960 definitely came within battling distance as many other flagship phones running Snapdragon 820 and Exynos 8890. The Kirin 960 scored generally better than all Exynos 8890 and tied with half of the Snapdragon 820 and just below most of the Snapdragon 821 chips we've tested before. The Mate 9 features a hybrid dual SIM slot. This means that the first tray supports a nano SIM card and the second tray supports either a microSD card or another nano SIM. Both SIM trays support 4G LTE, but you can only activate one LTE SIM at a time. Call quality is superb. Voice is loud and crisp, and all wireless signals have very good reception. This is one of Huawei's strongest advantages, considering their manufacturing radio towers and doing R&D for cellular networks. The 4000 battery of the Mate 9 is already sizable, but they managed to maximize the battery life by introducing optimizations into the system and the hardware. We know that the decision to stick with the 1080p display is a consistent decision towards this end. In our standard PCMark battery test, the Mate 9 got 11 hours and 6 minutes from full charge at 50% brightness and 0% volume. Using our standard video loop test, it lasted a total of 16 hours under the same conditions and in airplane mode. Huawei included a supercharged technology on the Mate 9, which is similar to Qualcomm's Quick Charge 3.0. It comes with special supercharged charger that juices up the phone from 0 to 100% in about 55 minutes. Huawei is certainly putting a lot of effort in its flagship devices lately. It started off in the P9 and continued to innovate with the Mate 9. With very few strong devices in this category, the Huawei Mate 9 can easily compete with the best flagship phablets out there. It just needs to differentiate itself from the rest, and we think they got it right this time. Strong build quality, great performance, top-notch Leica camera, all in a reasonably priced package. That is what the Huawei Mate 9 is offering. The Huawei Mate 9 is now in stores for a retail price of 31,990 pesos, but you can get it from Globe postpaid on plan 1499 with 4,800 pesos cash out or completely free on plan 1999. And that wraps up today's review. If you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel for more similar content. This has been Kevin Francisco, and thanks for watching. See you guys next time.